guys. Good afternoon, good evening. It is Sunday afternoon, which means it's only one thing. It's podcast piece time with myself, Thorskin. Up this way, you've got the marvellous Blader 182, and this side we've got Goku 726.
First blood.
Oh, there we go. That's quick. So this week we're playing a little game of what if. So as we all know, Luffy wants to be the pirate king. That's his goal, become the king of the pirates. But what we're playing is, what if he wasn't a pirate and he became a marine?
Yeah.
Where would the story go? Where would it start? What would happen along the way? So we're going to try and get as much of it in as we can in one episode. But we're going to hope that we can cover it in one. But we started talking before the podcast went live now. And
I turned around and said, we need to get going now.
Yeah. We may have got a little sidetracked. So I'm going to let Sammy start off, because Sammy's had... he's been chomping at the bit all week to get going, and no he has.
It's because I've had no internet for 2 weeks. What do you expect? I haven't been able to do this. I haven't been able to have the podcast going. But
so...
What if Luffy didn't have... wanted to be a marine? The first, obviously, conundrum is the devil fruit. And...
Yeah.
Me personally, I think there's a lot of fate within...
Just quickly, Tass, your title needs changing, mate.
I'm doing it.
What a lot of it is fate. So I think somehow that fruit would still end up in Luffy's hands. Whether it was because, as we know, Shanks was holding that fruit. If he really wanted to eat that fruit, he would have ate it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think Shanks was looking for someone to find that fruit to give it to them, who would be, basically worthy, shall we call it? There you go, Tass. Use your worthy there. You know what I mean? I think that would be the fate of it. And with how Ace went up to Whitebeard and was like, right, I'm going to fight you.
You want me to put the hammer down?
Fighting him. I think at some point, Luffy would have tried to take Shanks on in the story, and he would have lost, and then he would have the fruit was there. He just left him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be my kind of aspiration of how I think he would have got the fruit.
I'm in.
I'm very much thinking, along your lines. Is we know at the point when we first meet Luffy in that village, was it who was looking after him? Because I don't think Dadan wasn't looking after him when he meets Shanks, though.
No, it was the village elder, wasn't it?
Was it the village elder?
And elder and in Kinil.
Yeah. So there you go, Maz's hiding. 87, that's decent.
Oh yeah, let's do our little worthy as well.
Let's see how worthy we are. Sammy,
well, he beat me.
Still better than us.
What's going on? Is that because I'm mod you?
But yes, I think that's how Luffy would have still ended up getting the fruit.
Luffy, it's been established that Luffy has a big power in that he very, very easily makes friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, even if he turned around and said, "I want to be a marine,"
Wesker 8%.
Oh, even if he turned around and said, "I want to be a marine," I feel that he'd still be friends at that young age. He'd still be friends with Shanks because I don't think at that age he'd have that.
I agree.
I mean, I think Red Hair Shanks wasn't really that famous at that point as well.
He wasn't a Yonko at that point. He was known as a swabby on Rogers, but that's about it.
Yeah, the bandit. I don't think the bandit would have gone anywhere near him if he was what he is now.
Yeah. So I think
if the bandit said, I've got 3 million bounty, and you're like, yeah, awesome.
Yeah. I think if we go by that theory, we go by that theory instead, and go by that Shanks he still eats the fruit and is with Shanks, and go down that route instead. That leaves obviously the story progression where it is. Shanks still loses his arm, and then finds out he's a pirate, and obviously goes, well, my goal now is to stop Shanks.
Well, the thing is, though, what I would think more likely is when the bandit turned up and spilled all the shit, and Shanks was like, "Oh, it's fine, I'll clean it up, don't worry."
I think
I'd
Luffy
say
would have
that would
scored
be
more.
that would be the point where Luffy gets annoyed, eats a fruit, and says, "Right, you're all fannies. I'm going to be a marine." And he
Yeah.
wouldn't have led to the confrontation with Higuma because he wouldn't have
Yeah.
tried to defend Shanks' honor. He'd have seen him
Yeah.
as a coward and seen
Yeah.
pirates as cowards who
Right.
don't want to
Screw
fight.
you.
That's why he
Yeah.
chose to be a marine. That's what.
Yeah.
That's what I think. If that was going to be it, that's how I'd approach that. But
That's a good way you could build the story. Yeah,
Absolutely.
which keeps
I
it
like
with
that.
like the canon story.
Yeah.
I think after that though, I think once he tells Garp he wants to be a marine, I don't think he would have left him with Dandan and everyone. And
I don't think so either. No,
because
there's no
I
way.
feel that
No way.
I feel like when we saw him with Kobe would be what Luffy would. I think he would have a very early power scaling. In terms of like learning hacking Umpo and all that stuff earlier on.
He'd probably learned it earlier because he didn't. He would have had some training.
Mm-hmm. I think, however, though, I think he would have been more capped as a power than he is in the future. Because to me, like his inspiration, his freedom, he's working under the Marines. He's not free, so his will is going to be more contained.
Yeah,
and I think
he won't meet the friends that he meets.
Yeah.
He won't have the things that happen.
Have the interactions. Yeah.
Exactly.
So
he probably would have friends. He'll probably have like his own. I think he would go into being like vice admiral. I think he would be going
like
in.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I think he'd
level.
go down. Yeah. I think the main thing to take away from it is I think still going by the story is with Luffy's personality, he would be like obviously the Marine, like the ideal Marine because he does things for justice, like anyway, generally.
Yeah, he does. He would be very like. I'd say he'd be like a smoker Aokiji kind of justice.
Exactly.
The weird,
he does what he feels is right.
Mm-hmm.
The actual thinking about this now is it's quite interesting because when you think about it, he would leave the island and go with Garp and be like, build himself up. But there's a possibility he could still get a lot of the crew that he has to join the Marines. Because when it starts, Zoro is a pirate.
Plausibly. Yeah, plausibly.
Yeah. So you could still get Zoro.
If he got put in charge of, say when Zoro was getting captured, Kobe turns up there and reports it as corrupt. The Marines say it, right?
No, there's a problem with that though.
Because he was on Alvidas.
He'd never meet Kobe. So Kobe.
But what if then this is what happened when that Marine ship, when Alvida attacks that pirate ship?
Yeah.
And I think the cruise ship. Luffy gets called to deal with it.
Well, what if he was already on the ship because there's a lot of rich people on there, and he could have been just
he was already
a guard
undercover.
Yeah, or he could be just a guard on the ship that's been like assigned to it as an introductory level of the Marines. They say, okay, well,
go guard that ship.
Yeah, because they wouldn't give you something like go hunt down this pirate as a first thing into the Marines. They would put you on guard duty. They'll put you on swapping decks.
Depends what rank he was. If he was a vice captain or a lieutenant.
And I don't think I don't think though. I think with Luffy's personality, I don't think he would take advantage of Garp's title to where he is.
No, but he'd get there on his own merit, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Do you think he'd more likely get promoted on his strength and merit rather than go to him, go and stand and guard this ship? He'd be like, I don't do that. It's boring.
Yeah, and I think Garp,
on the ship.
As we mentioned, I think Garp would certainly turn around and say, "Oh, amazing! He's going to be a Marine. Let's let's get you into, let's take you here for training, and let's take."
You caught it.
Yeah, Cherubie.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think as you said, I think he would get maybe a little bit of not presidential treatment, but he'd certainly get a little bit better than what a box standard
a bit of respect kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think, like I said, a lot of people would look at him differently for the Marines. They'd look up, not look up to him, but be like, I'm not going to mess with this person here in the Marines because he's already got power and influence in the Marines high up. You know what I mean?
His granddad is Garp, and I am not messing with Garp.
And I think a lot of people would.
This would be a training scene, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
A montage.
And I think, like I said, if he was on the ship, and he did take out Alvida. I mean, Kobe. I think
And
Kobe
then-
would be the first mate. Like first, like I said, like his first mate, because he's got that loyalty to the Marines.
Well, it could be that, or it could be like he's a kid. He's right. You want to join the Marines? I've got to go and report. I'll go to this base because there's a captain at this base that I can report to. I'll help you get in there. Goes to Morgan. Then he finds the corruption. Finds out why Zoro's being captured. He goes, I don't agree with that. I'm taking you down. He beats Morgan still. That's another notch on his belt. Zoro goes, oh, can I join the Marines? I'll come with you.
You're powerful. I have some respect for your power. Like I wish to come and be a part of the Marines as well.
If you want to be the strongest swordsman, I mean, what better way to test your metal than getting a free pass to going around with me
around the world
and fighting the best swordsman out there.
The story could still progress as natural as in like. The
Someone
Marines
really needs to make
Luffy
this as
target
a series.
Yeah, people are sending Luffy to target the specific. So they're like, all right, Luffy, we need you to go and take care of Buggy in the East Blue because you're in the East Blue. You're from the East Blue. You're now a captain because you just shut down Morgan. Go and see what you can do about Buggy. Zoro's under his command as a probably vice captain or lieutenant at this point.
Yeah.
And then they go after Buggy, which means they meet Nami.
Yeah. Now there would be a little bit with Nami because Nami is technically a thief.
Yeah.
So
but she's against pirates.
But she is against pirates.
Marines. She might see these Marines as a way to go, look, we need to sort this out.
Yeah. I think she would
defeat Arlong because this is happening.
Yeah.
And then Luffy go, fine, but I want to go get some food first.
Yeah. And then
I'm hungry. I need to eat.
And that's how.
And I think Sanji. Yeah, I think Sanji would be more accepting to join because we know his background, why he hates pirates.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
So it makes sense why he didn't want to originally join. And then when he sees that Luffy takes down the pirates and goes, well, we need a chef. I said, you could sail around the seas and find your all blue and have that freedom as on my ship.
Whilst you cook for us.
Exactly. I think Sanji would have been, more accepting to join.
Well, the only thing is then, what about Usopp?
Yeah, this is where
how do you get to Usopp's island? Does he just have to stop for supplies?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if he stops,
something as simple as that, let's stop at the island for supplies.
Yeah, like
Luffy
I said,
Luffy might even recognize Kuro, say, or not. Luffy even maybe Zoro recognizes him as a former bounty hunter and goes, he looks like this captain.
Ooh.
He's supposed to be dead.
Look at the weird thing that he's doing with his glasses.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
And I know Django. I know that guy. He's their vice captain. I know him.
I was going to say the one thing you could always relate to as well is the fact that Luffy could always just be doing a patrol of the East Blue, and that's how he meets.
That's how he
these places
into the people. Yeah. And Usopp might resolve to join in Luffy saying Shanks was a coward. My ultimate goal is to capture him because I don't agree with what he done. He's give our town a bad image. So I'm going to capture him, and your dad's there. Like, this is a chance for you to meet your dad and tell him what you think about him and tell him he's a shit for leaving you and your mum.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Usopp might be like, yeah, I want to capture my dad for leaving me with my mum.
Yeah. And like I said with that as well, gets Usopp, gets Sanji. You have the Fishman Island arc where he'll be coming as a Marine and then thinking, well, this is the complicated thing. Actually, this is where it gets complicated though, because he'll go to Fishman Island and technically Luffy's wouldn't be allowed to touch him because of the Shibukais.
Yeah, well, that's it.
And then Luffy would be like,
the Warlords are under the command of Fishman Island, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, technically, Jinbei's crew did have Arlong. So Arlong was protected
but Arlong got discontinued.
Mm-hmm.
They sent Marines to take down Arlong. Nezumi was a dodgy Marine. The little fucking weasel gadgy. He was a dodgy Marine who was taking bribes. But then if you notice, there was another Marine fleet came and immediately tried to attack them.
Yeah.
Because Arlong wasn't affiliated with Jinbei at this point. He was a separate part of him. He was the Arlong pirate, not the Sun Pirates under Jinbei's command.
Well, we could see definitely that Luffy would want to take down Arlong for being a pirate first and foremost, and what
Arlong
he's done
to bounty as well. So that's the beginning. So he wasn't a Shichibukai. He was a pirate captain with his own bounty.
Here's a good question for you: if a Marine captures a pirate with the bounty, do they get that bounty?
No.
Bonus. Hey, Mr. Ben Train, welcome on in, my dude. How are you doing? We are
Welcome on
talking
in.
One Piece today. We're playing a game of What If. Now, what would happen if Luffy... I don't know if you know One Piece at all, but Luffy is a rubber man. Gomu Gomu no Miyata. Eat the devil fruit. And he wants to become a pirate. Well, he is a pirate. Wants to become a pirate king. But we're playing the game of What If he was a marine? How would it work? How would it work? How would the story progress?
Because I think, like I said, if you go and buy the story of what we're doing right now, of Luffy taking down Arlong, obviously what happens to the bounty? Does that just go, like, does that money go back into the world government and then he just gets a rank up? Because that's what I think would
that's
happen.
what I would say. I'd say he'd maybe get a bonus.
I think he'd get a bonus.
He'd
get
a
a percentage cut, I guess, and the rest of it goes towards the Marines' expansion.
Yeah, expansion / expenses.
No, appreciate you coming by, dude. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Welcome on in.
And I
First
think
time chatter as well. I said that's new.
I think, like I said, one good thing about it as well would be the fact that if Luffy turns around and was like, well, I think if they'd get like kind of like a wage, like kind of like an expenses cover.
Yeah.
I think that would go up with the ship. So if they get like, let's say 1,000 berry a month, like 100,000 berry a month, they might go, well, you caught Arlong, you're going up to 200,000 berry.
And
that's why, and that's how he gets the book and go,
a new ship or something.
And that's where he gets to that point, like, right, you're strong enough now that we need you patrolling in the Grand Line, not here anymore.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then he gets pushed onto the Grand Line with this crew, and I think he'd probably have a couple of other lackeys, let's be honest.
Hey, Cosmo, welcome on in. How are you doing?
By this point, he probably is, like, as you say, he's probably a captain, or, you know.
At least a captain at this point.
Yeah. So he's got his own ship. And it might be like, right, you've captured Arlong. We need you over in the Grand Line now.
Yeah.
We're going to give you this bigger, better ship.
We want you to
help you.
We want you to set up with Smoker, which is another higher ranking than you. You're going to now, like I said, work with Smoker on an investigation mission.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, it could even be he goes to Log Town to meet up with Smoker and says, "I'm going here."
Oh, look, there's a tower.
Buggy and Alvida turn up to get revenge on the marine that beat them in the first place. And then it could be like Smoker saves it, but Dragon saves him. And then like he's talking to Smoker and Dragon turns up and Smoker turns and says, "Oh, what the hell are you doing here?" He's like, "Oh, a marine. That's okay too." And just leaves.
Yeah, marine. Because like I said, and I think, like I said, obviously Smoker would catch both Buggy and Alvida with Luffy. Smoker would get the credit for that, and then
did that anyway, yeah.
And I think, like I said, with the when he goes and fights, like finds out what's happening with the country in danger from obviously the princess.
It could be just something like they've gone. Do you know what? We've had reports of from
Alabasta.
Reverse Mountain of a big whale going mad. Like, can we go find out what's happening? Because there's people trying to kill it, and it's an island whale. It shouldn't be there. Go find out what it's doing.
Exactly.
So they go there, and then obviously as we go, Miss Wednesday, Mr. 7, is it at the time, or Mr. 9, who he's with? I don't remember.
Yeah. But we know what you mean. Yeah. Tass is like probably thinking about it now, but yeah, they're there. Obviously, that causes like more pirates, and then there's no affiliation to him to Crocodile, is there? There's no kind of public knowledge for them working under Crocodile under like their names and their aliases.
No, and obviously, like as far as Luffy's concerned, Crocodile is an Arabasta. That's fine.
Yeah,
and it could be Ace protect Luffy. Smoker protects Luffy from Ace.
Exactly.
I mean, the Alabasta stuff, like as I say, meet Miss Wednesday and stuff, but obviously that's Vivi.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
If they captured them, it would just be one of those. It's like, you've got to help me. I'm the Princess of Alabasta.
Yeah, I'm the Princess of Alabasta. This is happening. I'm going to trust you with it. And he goes, "Okay, let's go and have a look at this."
Yeah, they go on to I've forgotten the name of the snail, the talk snails.
Den Mushy.
That's it. Gets on a Den Mushy, asks for intel. Intel. They turn around and say, "Oh yeah, Vivi is the Princess of Alabasta. She looks like this." And then he goes, "Oh shit, it is her." Right.
Well, they have video
okay.
snails. They have video snails,
Yeah.
so they'd have be able to video each other and say, "Yeah, that's her."
Yeah.
What an age we live in, video snails.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
This is
If you don't have a video snail, then you're wrong. But yes, and I think then Luffy would go, okay, there's something dodgy going on here. I'm going to investigate. Gets the cooperation from Smoker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, here's the big question. Do you think Smoker and Luffy would join forces, or do you think they'd go their separate ways? Because they have like kind of like that personality where they'd get like along.
It'd probably be like Smoker would go, right, you do your thing, I'm going to go and do mine. This is what I think.
I think
but you go and do yours.
Ace is still going to be there, and Ace is looking for Blackbeard.
Yeah,
he's he passes by, has like a little scrabble with Luffy, and we know as Luffy he's a little more powerful than he is in the anime, as he is at this in the anime, based on what we're going with the theory.
Yeah.
To where he could actually physically attack Luffy, and Ace could attack him, and then that might bring the realization that to Ace that he needs to be a bit more careful. Obviously, it won't happen, but I think, like you said, that like shock that, like you said, would like put Luffy bound, and I don't think
it's
Ace. I think Ace would be able to escape very easily.
Yeah,
I think it'd be more along the lines of the way that like Smoker tried to capture Luffy, and Ace saved Luffy from Smoker to let him get away. It'd be like Luffy goes, "Oh shit, Ace! I'm gonna go and capture him. My granddad's told me about him." And Luffy goes to try to capture Ace, obviously because he's a Logia type user. Luffy doesn't stand a chance, and Ace thinks, easy. I get to kill Garp's grandson. And make an even bigger name for myself on Whitebeard. And then Smoker turns up and goes, I don't think so, mate.
Yeah.
Saves Luffy, Ace leaves.
And I think, like I said, that brings up I think that brings up Luffy like needing to figure a way how to beat him. I think, like I said,
because at this point, Luffy knows there's people that can't beat because of Smoker.
Yeah. That's a good point.
This way, he still gets that interaction of why can't I hit this person?
Yeah, it's actually a good point. I never actually thought about the interaction between Luffy and Ace when considering this theory.
I think they would have like a Roger Garp friendship, I think, at some point.
Yeah. But
like,
would they have gone through like, the whole thing of being with Sabo and stuff like that?
This is the thing.
Yeah, that wouldn't have happened. Like,
I don't think it would have happened because he would have trained with Garp.
I don't think he'd have been raised with Dadan.
Yeah, I think Garp would have kept him and trained him.
Yeah. If anything, he might have something with Sabo later when he realizes, when he finds out that Dragon's his dad.
Yeah.
He might, kind of. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen with the Marines. There's a lot going on still, isn't there?
I've got a theory on Sabo later on.
Yeah, we won't get into that now. We'll continue with what we're talking about because convolution is going to go. Woo! If we
this is the thing. This is the thing I've got to point out now, though. Do you think? Do you think?
Thanks, Akira. Appreciate you, my dude.
Do you not think that Luffy would have had learned Haki by this point, though? Because if he's trained under Garp, I'm pretty sure Garp would have.
Maybe not.
But I think he would probably have a form of it, but not as strong or as well trained.
Yeah, I suppose his knowledge. His knowledge of Haki would be bigger. He'd know about Haki, but would he? I think he'd know about it.
I think he'd know about it, but I don't think he's properly trained to use it. And I think
think
this would be his inspiration. How you doing, dude?
I would say that at this point he wouldn't even know that he had it. I
think he would know he'd have it.
He'd know about it, and he'd be told about it, and he'd be like, "You need to learn this," and he'd be like, "I'll learn it when I need. I don't need to learn it. I'll get there. Don't worry." And then all of a sudden, he meets Ace.
And then he realizes he needs to learn
and he goes, right, I need to learn this.
Yeah. And I think that would be the inspiration instead of, like I said, how to learn Haki at this stage. Like, even if it's just a one Haki armament and he doesn't know how to use the others, I think that would be the inspirational point when Luffy goes, I need to learn this now. Otherwise, I'm going to not be able to do what I need to do.
Yeah.
To climb up the ranks.
So he doesn't bother with Alabaster. He goes back to the Marines and goes, "Teach me haki."
Well, I think
he'd still have met Vivi. He'd still probably top of Crocodile,
go
but because Smoker was there, Smoker would get more credit than him, but he'd still get some.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think like Luffy would be like, well, I don't deserve it because if I was with Ace, I would be dead. So this whole thing would have happened. This is all on you. And I think Luffy would give Smoker the credit.
If you didn't save me from Ace, I wouldn't have even been able to touch Crocodile. So it's on you, this one.
Yeah. And then he goes, well, tell you what, you buy me some food later on, we'll call it even. Out of your budget, out of your Marines budget.
Out of your wages.
Out of your Marine budget, yeah.
Yeah. And I can imagine him going to Sky Island accidentally.
I know that was another one I was thinking about. That like after I mentioned it, I was like, well, what would Sky Island do?
Yeah, they've told him Bellamy's kicking up a fuss on this island, so he's gone there. We still get that scene where he punches Bellamy. Like Bellamy's like, "You're a Marine captain, you're nothing. I'm 55 million rookie. I'm better than any Marine captain." Bang! Shut up. Like, I've just got a pay rise.
I've got a new ship. God damn it!
You got, like you said,
he gets his new ship. Look at it. It's got wings. How can I make these things come down? It's supposed to be so you can,
we're getting a little too far ahead here because we're forgetting about Drum Island.
Drum was before our Basta,
yeah, but it was. We're getting a little carried away. I think it would still happen where, again, this is the same as the Sanji thing with Chopper. Chopper would more trust the Marines than the pirates because of his pirate.
Yeah.
And especially that if he was like, well, I'll take down Wapol.
Then again, with Chopper, it's different because he already looked up to pirates because of what Helio told him.
Yeah.
But it could even be, like, to say he looks up to pirates because of what Helio told him, but then he sees Luffy, who's just saved them from Wapol, and gone, that guy was a pirate.
Now, it's one of those, though. Would he attack Wapol? Because technically Wapol is the king of Drum.
Luffy's personality, yes. I think he wouldn't change his personality.
If it's not Luffy attacks Wapol attacks Luffy, not knowing or thinking, I don't care. This is stuff anyway. Blackbeard attacked my country. I've left. Will you help me get back? Sorry, I haven't got time. I need one of our crew's dying.
Because we could imagine, 100% imagine, right, that Luffy wouldn't wear the marine clothing, or he wouldn't wear much of the marine clothing. He might wear the jacket, and that'll probably get blown off the island when he's in the snow country.
Here's your thought: would he still have the hat?
I don't think so, because he gets it from Shanks.
He gets it. Imagine if you said to Shanks, "I'm going to capture you one day as a marine," and Shanks goes, "Oh well, when you do, give me that back."
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. That's the inspiration there to ring it. So he keeps the hat.
Come and catch me. You can have that till you're good enough, son.
Yeah. If you come to capture me, I want that hat back before I'm on the blocks.
See, I think, and then when it happens to Drum Island, and then what happens with Arabasta, I think that's going to be Luffy questioning the Marines, like their authority, this question the Shibukai.
Why aren't they helping this? Why are they letting this country live in this torment?
Why do you have a pirate, even if he is a Shichibukai? Why have you got this pirate in this country doing this shit?
Exactly, and I think that'll be quite a turning point, personally, to me, to where when he meets Robin and Robin goes, well, I've got no home now, and be like, well, come with us. And I think Luffy would still... Luffy would keep
the thing, though. Robin is a different kettle of fish because the world government want her gone.
Yeah.
Well... This is the thing, he could always do it.
What about if they say, right, you come as a Marine, right? You work as a Marine for us, but you don't learn the Poneglyphs, and anything you do learn, you report to Vegapunk to help.
Bingo. And I think Luffy might have even reported her dead and then give her a new alias or a new because obviously if you look at her posters,
you get Sanji kick her face loads to change it like you did.
Yeah, but yeah, I think somehow
this won't hurt a bit.
I think, like I said, she would still Luffy would somehow get her in, to be on his crew still, because like I said, he has nothing against her. She has no threat to him. or the Marines. And to be honest with you,
So
you keep
that
CP9 what that saying goes.
Happen then if CP9
I think so.
see hit.
This is where I'm going to go with this.
See Robin and say, "Oh, well, we know who she is, so we're not going to let you take her." And he's like, "Well, I'm going to."
I think this is where I think it's going to spin because, like I said, I think like with what happens, I think Luffy would defend her and then go like, "Yeah, you can come with us." And well, that's saying keep your enemies close. So keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. That might be something Luffy would like he'd be spinning on the Marines, saying, "Well, if I keep an eye on her, I keep monitoring her. She works for me." And I keep an eye on her constantly.
We know where
they might fall for that.
Yeah.
And then they might, like I said, say, well, she's under my command, she's under my crew.
Or he just puts it under the veil that she's in jail with him and he's keeping her on her and he doesn't want to leave her in a jail somewhere unattended because he wants to keep her at his eye on her. And then as soon as they go out of the port, he lets her free to do what she wants to help.
And we'll come to Water 7. We'll come to Water 7 when we get to that one. But going to Sky Island, I think obviously he would go stop obviously Bellamy just to kind of just be like, well,
this is a report of a theft. Like, Nolan goes, "Oh, they've stole my gold. I'll go get it back for you, mate."
Yeah, and I think, like I said, like the whole, like, because obviously they don't, like I said, Luffy doesn't know that he's done. Like, even if he did know he was under Duffy's crew, he still wouldn't care because at the moment,
it'd be more likely with what just happened to Arabasta. He'd be like, "Good, because I want to provoke him to attack the Marines, because then we can get rid of him as well."
The bigger question would be
Fujitora before Fujitora was a thing.
Yeah, and I think the bigger question would be at this point is would he recognise Blackbeard and would he go after Blackbeard at this point?
Well, he would, because nobody knew who Blackbeard was at this point.
No, and the bigger question, obviously, at this point is mainly more than anything else. Obviously, when they meet him, Luffy feels a threat from Blackbeard, and even says it's not him, it's them in the comic, like in the manga. When they see him, so would he think he's a threat and go after him, or do you think he'd leave him? Because I think Blackbeard wouldn't touch him because he wants to become a Shibukai.
Blackbeard wouldn't be bothered. He'd be like, and if anything, he'd say Blackbeard. The interaction there would be, can you help me become a Shichibukai? And Luffy go, I haven't got time for that. I want to go and complete Admiral.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Something else.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And I think obviously the knock-up stream would happen where Luffy would be like, okay, I believe this is a thing. And he would go to it.
He's going, this is dark here. Have you seen this?
And,
it's completely accidental.
Yeah. And I think, like I said, that would happen. And obviously he'd end up on Skypiea, and the whole Skypiea would happen. I don't
know. I don't know if he would make it to Skypiea. Because, he'd maybe meet. I can't remember his name.
If he did, it would be accidental.
Yeah, I think it'd be accidental.
I don't think we'd go there on purpose.
Yeah, because his ship gets modified to allow him to go to Skypiea.
This is the thing then. So if he did go to Skypiea by accident, that would make sense why he went to Water 7 to get his ship repaired.
Yeah.
But going before that, we've got to talk about the biggest fish in the room here, and that is what happens when he meets Foxy.
True, right? You come in just as I'm about to start kicking off. How are you doing, True? Welcome on in, dude. Thank you for the follow, my man.
Foxy's very easy. He comes in, punches him in the, fucks him right off. He just punches him in the most.
Brings out the afro. Brings out the afro and he goes, right, you're going to jail.
Coming in.
You're going to jail. I'm taking you to the base. Taking down there.
We've had reports of you playing unsavoury games.
No.
And illegal tampering of cheetah.
And then...
No, you're not doing it anymore. Fisherman breeding, not having it.
But yeah, I think at that point, like I said, going back to what we were saying, I think...
Foxy's after Sky Island, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, obviously, when you come past this island, we get down to Foxy. And then I think it takes him to the G8 base, because obviously that's where he's near.
Yeah, and then he meets Jonathan.
Jonathan, that's cool. And I like that.
Jonathan's like one of the best Marines, I think.
A little bit of tactics on how to, rope a pirate.
Sanji just goes in the kitchen, kicks all the asses in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, they come and they go, we've heard about you marine chefs. You think you're better than our marine chefs and all them. And like, oh, what we can do? Chop, 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 like that. And then Sandy's just like, no, you're a prick.
Yeah.
I'm just going to take all your wasted
report.
food and then just use that and beat yous. And obviously they'd leave that base, go to Water 7 as the next island, the closest island, realise there's problems with the ship.
Yeah.
And then we get the point of he goes into it. Obviously, they don't know who CP9 members are. Let's be honest, they don't know.
They go to Water 7 and then they don't know what CP9 members, and then Robelucci goes, I know that person.
Yeah.
Why is she with the Marines?
Mm-hmm. And then does
the whole CP9 thing goes down underground. Like not in the public eye. It doesn't get reported and somebody else gets the blame for destroying CP9 instead of Luffy as a Marine. A pirate that's there with them.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know who.
Well, they could always, like you said, blame it on like the fight
so
with
wasn't another pirate there, was there? That was the direct fight with the world government.
It was Frankie, and then there was obviously Water 7. But again, they could just say, like you said, they're not disclosing this information, and then just up a couple of people's bounties to hint at it could be one of these pirates.
Yeah.
Generally.
Just at the same time, say Kid or fucking Law have done something somewhere in the world, their bounty goes up. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, it must have been Kid that's done this.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, like you said, the CP9, the Soda King, like you said, obviously, where they're getting rid of the ship, and like obviously it'll be the same kind of ship. I think Mary would be the one that would have went for.
Yeah, well, you get Soda King because that would be like all of the Marine crew.
What if they blamed the actual?
So they could get there.
Oh, what if they blamed the entire thing of CP9 on Soga King?
Oh, no, that could.
And they use that ruse as a they blame everything on.
Yeah, you know.
And then Soga King
every time shit happens, I'm like, it's this Soga King keeps getting us.
Yeah. And then
Soga King at Dressrosa.
Soga King becomes the most wanted bounty, bigger than Dragon.
He's like, who is this guy? And then there's just like, anytime there's destruction that Luffy leaves behind, what happened? Well, I thought it was Soga King.
Because it's a terrible job, Mouse.
Like literally just the Gold Roger and Garp.
Awful.
Kind of class.
I'm getting worse as well.
Aye. So I mean, to be honest with you, I'm actually enjoying this like kind of that aspect of this. I see Ennis Lobby would happen. I think the battle would still go down at Ennis Lobby.
Yeah.
I don't think the Buster Call. Actually, they probably would Buster Call it still because that would be done by dumbass or idiots.
Imagine. Yeah, no, it's more likely Luffy told him to Buster Call it. Robin pulls a Buster Call as they're leaving. She puts the fucking hand out and puts a Buster Call as they're fucking off.
Yeah.
And then they use the Buster Call to cover up the fact that they were trying to take down Soga King, who escaped. Yeah.
They use the Buster Call and they say, stupid Spandam done it. Like,
he pushed the wrong button.
Yeah, he pressed the Buster Call accidentally. When it was Robin who had spawned a hand and gone boop, like that.
I think this is where it gets interesting now. Thriller Bark. Obviously, this is the third Shibukai where Luffy meets. Yeah, and I think this is what it brings out.
I think by this point, Luffy sort of like, as I say, we know he's probably into the sort of like, right, there's a lot of corruption going on here. Something
he's probably a vice admiral at this point.
Yeah. Something has to change. Something is going very wrong with the Marines.
I think that's where his inspiration would be.
And I think the Shichibukai need to go. They need to. Marines need to be Marines and do it that way. So I think Gecko Moria is like, now next on his list.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it could be that. It could even be something as simple as because at this point Ace has been captured.
Ooh.
And
he could have been taken
to gather at the war. He could have been the one missive to Gecko Moria. Here, mate, you need to come to the war.
I've just thought of something we've missed out though.
So Luffy's gone there. What?
That's something as well that we missed out.
We missed out a Hawkeye versus Zoro.
Oh yeah, maybe that happened.
That still would have happened. Let's be honest, that would have still happened. And I think that would have been like Luffy's inspiration getting stronger as well as obviously Zoro.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things though, like at that point, like we know that Mihawk is a Shichibukai. There's at this point, I don't think Luffy would have any sort of, the Shichibukai, they're part of the Marine.
He already,
I
so
think
that was his first instance of meeting a Shichibukai, then Mihawk. And the first meeting he has with him is Mihawk cuts down one of his crew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's like, you're supposed to work for the Marines. Why are you hitting my crew? Well, he wanted to fight. I don't think that
would matter.
I think Zoro would just go, Luffy, I need to fight this guy. I need to know what
and he gives him permission, and then he goes, whatever happens here. We don't talk about it.
Yeah.
And then I think Hawkeye would be like, respect that. You know what I mean? Like he has his own goal. He has his own thing.
That's the way he gets his respect. Yeah, you're a Shichibukai. I'm a Marine, but this isn't about that. This is swordsman versus swordsman.
Yeah. And I think he needs, like you said,
everything else is off the table. It's a duel between men. All monikers are aside here. It's just man versus man, swordsman versus swordsman.
And then Hawkeye firstly says like he doesn't want to fight him because he doesn't see him as a threat or anything else. And then Luffy goes,
because Hawkeye might go, not because I don't see you as a threat. You're supposed to be Marine. I don't want to jeopardize my position.
And then Luffy goes, well, this is his goal and this is his dream. So
his little penknife.
Yeah, he goes, this is his goal. This is his dream.
Yeah. Oh, Zoro. Luffy goes, Zoro, you're fired.
Zoro, you're fired.
About
5 minutes. He goes, Zoro, you're fired for 5 minutes, and Hawkeye says, I only need 2 seconds.
5 minutes. Oh, if it's going to last 5 minutes, I might as well use this one.
I think that would be like the key point there. And then
here he is.
But going back to Thriller Bark, I think Thriller Bark would happen and Luffy would stumble upon it before he knows about Ace's capture. Because it's only Kuma, I think. Is it Kuma that tells him?
Yeah, well, no. See, the reason what I was going to think is because he's taken so long to get back there. Because he's turned up and gone, Moria's gone, well, you've come into my territory. You know, kind of the way Aragog was in Harry Potter when Harry and Ron went there. He was like, I don't harm these on my command, but I cannot deny them fresh meat when it wanders so willingly into our midst.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing. Like, I wouldn't come after you, but since you're here...
And you're strong. I like strong people.
I might as well... I'll take your shadow. You'll help me.
I will try and find a little dinky straw hat for Roger.
Yeah, we need to see if we can get one. And I think Luffy would still beat him. And I think the thing is with the Kuma and nothing happened scene, how do you think that would play out? You think Kuma would still go for him because he's working with the revolutionists, as we know.
Yeah, or maybe he's been sent. He says, Dragon was telling me about you. He thinks that you're a good
weak
thing. I'm not sure. I want to take you in.
Yeah.
I want to destroy you and blame Moria. Because I haven't got long left to be myself and I won't get another chance. And then Zoro, they all step up and they're like, all right, Marines are sticking up for each other. Tell you what, survive this, bang, done.
And then I think what they would have done is...
Yo, Jeff.
Hello, Jeff.
37's terrible job, Jeff. 37.
And I think they would have went to Saudi to resupply before the war.
Yeah.
And I think what would happen then is obviously the whole situation would be like... This is the thing.
If it was like Luffy and his crew tried to take out the supernovas and got crushed.
Yeah, I still think he would have. I still have a feeling though. Like this is where I kind of think was this point is when he meets the celestial dragons. I think this is where Luffy snaps. In my opinion.
Shaq, how you doing?
Hey, Jack. This is actually my dog Roger. So he's been
Goldie Roger.
Goldie Roger.
Yeah. But I think this is where Luffy's moral snaps on becoming a Marine. Like, not becoming a Marine, but thinking, well, I now know what I want to do. I want to take down
he
the
takes,
Celestial
he takes
Dragons.
The Garth route. He's been offered an Admiral slot. And then he's gone,
well, yeah.
No.
Because then I have to work under these pricks.
They're pricks.
And then he goes, I think he punches it. I think he punches a Marine and blames it on freaking kid-in-law.
It was him.
It was like, what? I went to punch him, and then he walked in front of me. That would literally be it. I think that'll literally be
Hey,
how it would be
Angelus, welcome on in. How you doing? Good to see a lot of
But
new
yes.
people today. It's nice to see you all. Welcome in.
Yeah.
We're
But
talking
yes.
One Piece, if you know One Piece. It is podcast
Well,
Piece time.
We are and we aren't. We are and we aren't.
We are. We're talking. What if?
You got a long time, right? So with One Piece, episode 996, I think aired today. Episode 996. I've watched 995 episodes twice.
Speaking of which,
watched
right?
996 again yet.
Speaking of which, episode 1,000. Are we gonna do anything special for 1,000? We all gonna just do like a watch party together?
We're gonna watch
it.
We're gonna watch Stampede.
Yes.
Yeah.
We still have to watch that. But I think, like I said, going off that route, I think Luffy would then be changed and go, right, well, I want to take down the Celestial Dragons now. And I want to reset the world government to how it's supposed to be, protecting the people. And I think that's what Luffy's role would be.
Welcome back.
As I say, by the time he's got to Gecko Moria, I think that he's already at this point. It's like
he's resolved. Like I'm gonna take down the Shichibukai system. I'm gonna take down the Celestial Dragons. I'm gonna do it my way, and I'm gonna help that. And that's when he becomes he becomes part of Sword. Once Gap seen that resolve, he takes him in and goes, "Okay, you've got the same ideas as us. You're in Sword with me. We're not official. We work for the Marines. We do everything everything they ask us that we can do, but we get away with as much as we can. We want this to happen as well."
I think the war is going to be a big inspiration to me, like for all of the crew, because if you go by the war when Luffy's like obviously fighting in this front line, obviously I still think Blackbeard's going to do his thing and impel down and break in and do his own thing there.
I don't think impel down's not going to happen.
Yeah, impel down's not going to happen. Blackbeard's going to be the cause of the mass breakout, not Luffy.
Yes.
And Blackbeard's going to get all of this thing, and that's going to be why Luffy wants to target Blackbeard.
Yeah, and I think at this
Luffy
point
might have been the one that's ordered to escort Ace from Impel Down.
Yeah,
I think that would be a good plan.
Marineford. And that's why Luffy's there, and he's like, why didn't I stop him when he was there? I seen that ship coming out.
Yeah.
Maybe as he's going, he passes Blackbeard coming there as he's going back, and he goes, why didn't I stop him? Why didn't I stop him? This is my fault. I need to do something about that.
And I think when he brings him to the execution and the war goes on, he realizes how helpless he is compared to everyone else in that war. And I think Zoro would find...
And he
tries
swordsmen. Blackbeard get punched right in the snoz. Bankai Zabumaru, my boy. Yes. How the devil are you doing?
Welcome on in. I think like this would be where it gets interesting, where like Luffy would want to be stronger, and I think there'll be people in Sword who could be mentors to everyone, and that time skip arc still happens in a sense of where they go, right, well, we need to train. We need to learn how to do things. We need to learn how we get better.
There's too many people in the world that are stronger than us right now. We need to get stronger.
Yeah. Like, if I want to take down the world government, if I want to take down the Celestial Dragons and the Shibukai, as well as the world, like the Yonkos, I need to be able to beat these people, and I don't have a chance to do it.
And he can't. Yeah, he's just not strong enough.
So technically now, time skip has happened earlier.
It still happened at the time.
It's about the same time because it's after the war.
Yeah,
and
it'll still be after the war when they're all
recovering. He tries. Hey, welcome in, Debbie. How are you doing? He tries to fight, say, Marco or Jozu. And
he has no chance
to fight Vista. They all get whooped.
Yeah, and
they all get whooped by the Whitebeard pirates.
This would be interesting. I think Zoro would fight Vista, and Hawkeye would intervene.
Yeah, Hawkeye would stop Vista from defeating Zoro.
Yeah, and then Luffy would still inspire the Marines.
I kind of wanted to leave Marineford for the next one.
I think we should leave it here.
Yeah, we could leave it here. That's a good place to come back because Marineford could be good. Yeah, Marineford could be good. So
I think Marineford would be half an hour alone. Quick announcement as well, because obviously we haven't said it yet, but we are going to try and upload all the old past podcasts on Spotify. We're looking at trying to do in the future.
We will be doing that. So, that's something we're going to look at doing hopefully next week.
Yes. So keep your eyes out for that. I've still got most of the old ones on my hard drive anyway. when we were doing
the awesome.
So I've got most of them, and then obviously Tass has got the other ones as well. So we'll look to get them on Spotify for you, so you can actually listen in.
They are all on YouTube as well. Which let me see if I've got that linked up. I think I've got it linked up.
Yeah,
YouTube.
That's not right.
YouTube.
And then we also have our own Twitter again over on Podcast Piece. Hello, Cheeseling.
There we go. We do. There you go, Cheeseling. Hey, welcome in, Chezzy.
Yes,
Madam
over
Fromage, as Benchill calls you. Welcome on in. Appreciate you. Just as we're finishing, though, guys.
From like literally us arguing like how the story was going to start if Luffy went down the marine path, we've suddenly got to Marineford.
Yeah, we got that quite quick.
We got that very quick.
That escalated quickly. This is a lot faster than when we were ranking everything.
Yeah.
But I think we've like kind of just went through everything as an overview. But I think Marineford, I think we're going to spend a good half an hour on.
I mean, at this point,
we were. I mean,
like we're at Marineford at this moment in time. Luffy has obviously he's still managed to get the crew. He's got a decent ship. He's a vice admiral.
Yeah, he is when he comes back.
Yeah.
Well, let's touch war when we get back then, eh?
Yeah.
So yeah, guys. So we'll wrap it up this week. Thank you everybody for coming in. Appreciate you all. Sorry that the people have just come in right towards the end here, but we only run for an hour on podcast at the most. No, a lot of people don't. Kaylee. If you haven't watched it,
smile and wave.
It's always going to be recommended. It's an investment. I'll give you that. It is as a lot, but it's worth it. So yeah, I'm going to head on over to Twisted. I think Twisted Humanoid, also a fellow member of the Drip Squad, as is Goku. Up this way, that's Goku. Above my hammer. Drip Squad.
Hammer down.
Annie is going to get in eventually soon. I don't know if he's applied yet, but you should.
I didn't get. Let's get that affiliate sorted first, eh?
Yeah, let's get that backflip sorted as well. For anyone who doesn't know,
backflip sorted. He's going to do a backflip
if he hits affiliate.
So right, let's head on over, guys. Can somebody hit exclamation point raid for me? Something there for people to copy. Cheers, Sammy. Appreciate you.
Welcome.
Ooh.
So yeah, guys, if you're a sub, feel free to please do in fact copy and paste this. When we get on over there, make sure you refresh the stream so you come to the view for them. Drop a follow, say hello. And
We'll see you all in the next episode.
Oh, Bankai, my dude. When did you subscribe? Did you do that the other night when I was in yours? Because I didn't see you come in and do it, and you did it. I appreciate you, though, dude. Appreciate you. So yeah, we'll be back next week with some more What If Luffy Was a Marine talk.
Yeah.
We're going to touch Marineford. We'll see how far we go. But until then, guys, appreciate everybody it's been about. I'm going to go show some Drip Squad love to Twisted Humanoid. Drive safe. Have a happy Thanksgiving. See you all later, guys.
See you all there.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.
And